Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Tope Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaur Premanande. I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit funny because I had a cold flu for last 1 week. So it's okay, we survived. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 23, text 43. This is the story of devotee lamentation and Kardama Muni. Prekṣayitvā bhuvo golam patnyai yāvān sva-saṁsthayā bahv-āścaryam mahā-yogī sva-āśramāya nyavartata prekṣayitvā bhuvo golam patnyai yāvān sva-saṁsthayā bahv-āścaryam mahā-yogī sva-āśramāya nyavartata prekṣayitvā bhuvo golam patnyai yāvān sva-saṁsthayā bahv-āścaryam mahā-yogī svā-śramāya nyavartata. prekṣayitvā, after showing, bhuvaḥ, of the universe, golam, the globe, patnyai, to his wife, yāvān, as much, sva-saṁsthayā, with these arrangements, bahv-āścaryam, full of many wonders, mahā-yogī, the great yogi Kardama, sva-āśramāya, to his own hermitage, nyavartata, return. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. After showing his wife the globe of the universe and its different arrangements, full of many wonders, the great yogi Kardama Muni returned to his own hermitage. Please repeat after me. After showing his wife the globe of the universe and its different arrangements, full of many wonders, the great yogi Kardama Muni returned to his own hermitage. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. All the planets are here described as gola, round. Every planet is round, and each planet is different shelter, just like island in a great ocean. Planets are sometimes called dvīpa or varsha. This Earth planet, is called Bhārata-varṣa because it was ruled by King Bharata. Another significant word used in this verse is bahv-āścaryam, many wonderful things. This indicates that the different planets are distributed all over the universe in the 8 directions, and each and every one of them is wonderful in itself. Each planet has its particular climatic influences and particular type of inhabitants, and is completely equipped with everything, including the beauty of the seasons. In the Brahma-saṁhitā 540, it is similarly stated, vibhūti-bhinnam, on each and every planet there are different opulences. It cannot be expected that one planet is exactly like another. By God's grace, by natural law, each and every planet is made differently and has different wonderful features. All such wonders were personally experienced by Kardama Muni while he traveled with his wife. Yet, he could return again to his humble hermitage. He showed his princess wife that although he was living in a hermitage, he had the power to go everywhere and do anything by mystic yoga. That is the perfection of yoga. One cannot become a perfect yogi simply by showing some sitting posture, nor by such sitting posture, one so-called meditation, can one become God, as is being advertised. Foolish persons are misled into belief that simply by some caricature of meditation and sitting posture, one can become God within 6 months. Very well. Here is the example of a perfect yogi. He could travel all over the universe. Similarly, there is a description of Durvasa Muni, who also traveled in space. Actually, the perfect yogi can do that. But even if one can travel all over the universe and show wonderful feats like Kardama Muni, it cannot be compared to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose power and inconceivable energy can never be attained by any conditioned or liberated soul. By the action of Kardama Muni, we can understand that in spite of his immense mystic power, he remained a devotee of the Lord. That is the real position of every living entity. I read again the translation. After showing his wife the globe of the universe and its different arrangement, full of many wonders, the great yogi Kardama Muni returned to his own hermitage. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gnananjana-shalakaya Chakshunam Nidandena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo Namam Vishnupadaya Krishnaprastaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swamini Nyamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastatade Satarine Vancha Kalpakarubhesha Kripasindu Vyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a beautiful pastimes of Kardama Muni and his wife Devahudi, and we can see how this great sage, he has so much mystic power, he can travel all over the universe. Nowadays we have Elon Musk, who is making a rocket to go somewhere and come back, and we think he's very great. But we can see in the Vedic culture that there were great powerful yogi could travel all over the universe. Not only that, he made a spaceship, which was full of gardens and swimming pool and palaces, and could travel all over. So this is amazing. And Srila Prabhupada say that this is funny how then people sign up for yoga classes, and in 6 months you will become God. This been advertised by some bogus yogi or bogus meditator or whatever it is. No one can become God. God is always God. And it's futile to even attempt to become God, but we can become the servant of God. So we can see in these particular pastimes, even though Kardama Muni had the power to see all different planets, and here Srila Prabhupada explained how each planet is wonderful by itself. We observe in the sky there is a beautiful planet called the sun, Surya Dev. And how is it possible? It's never extinguished. According to the scientists, there is power, is never created, and never extinguished. The law of thermodynamic, and so on. But in space, we know there is no oxygen, so how does the sun burn? We can't figure it out. And of course, Srila Prabhupada said they went to the moon. They never went to the moon, but that is a separate issue. But here, Kardama Muni traveled in so many places, and each planet has its own beautiful arrangement, his own people, his own wonderful things. In fact, this reminds me when I was very small. I was 10 years old. In the night, I look at the sky, and I used to think, why God create all these planets and there is nobody? Why there's life only on this planet? Then I was thinking, okay, I must be crazy, because whoever I ask in the school, they say, no. There is no one. Only in this planet there is life. And I used to think, no, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Why God create all the stars just for us to see in the night? Okay, they look beautiful. Then what? And in the day they disappear. Why we cannot see the star in the day? And when I asked my grandfather, what's happening after death? Oh, since time immemorial, no one knows. I said, okay. But then why people work so hard and then they lose everything? It doesn't make sense. Then at one point I was thinking, okay, I am totally crazy, I know, because I'm thinking different way. And only when I meet the devotees, then I realize I was not crazy, I was thinking correctly. Because the devotee can explain how the creation, maintenance, destruction of the universes are taking place. Everything is described in the 5th canto, the different planet, the different things. So there is no shortage of knowledge. In the modern society, the scientists, they're creating new paradigm year by year. They say something, then they say, oh, no, it's not like this, it's like this. Then they say, no, it's not like this, it's like that. So they keep on changing. They don't really know, although they show themselves, I am a scientist, I know everything. Of course, there is some scientists that are getting a little bit more close to understand consciousness. Now is a big thing in science. They observe the atoms. And when they observe the atoms, they react in a different way. So consciousness is influencing everything. And of course there was a famous scientist from Japan who analyzed water. He took a bottle of water, he wrote beautiful words, I love you, you're beautiful. Then he used to freeze it and take a little bit of that frozen water, observe in a microscope. It looks a beautiful design. But then he took another bottle, he wrote all kind of bad words. I don't like, you're disgusting, this, that. He froze it. And then he took that, and when he looked in the microscope, it would look very creepy, very, strange. So that means water is carrying information. And our body is made of how much percentage? 80% water. So imagine our consciousness. If we are Krishna consciousness and we are aware that there is God, there is a creator, there is the organizer, and our consciousness can pervade this body, we can live much better life. We see so many people. In Japan, we are visiting Fuji Mountain. Before Fuji Mountain, there is one forest. They call it the forest of suicide. People go into the forest and commit suicide. They never come back. Why? Young people, old people, all kind of people. Because if you don't know who are you, and what is God, and what is our relationship with everything surrounding us, we are lost. And we become frustrated to the point that we can commit crazy things. So we are very lucky that we have Srila Prabhupada who has translated the Srimad Bhagavatam. Or the Srimad Bhagavatam 200 years ago was not available. Was only available on the manuscript of the palm tree in South India, written in Sanskrit. And unless you learn first Sanskrit, you will not be able to read the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are very fortunate. We have Srimad Bhagavatam and many other literature translated in 46 languages, I don't know how many, a lot. And everybody can have access to this knowledge, and everybody can realize what's the goal of human life. Because if we do not know what is the goal of human life, we can get lost. It's like you're driving a Ferrari without brake. You can go very fast, but you won't be able to stop, and you're going to crash sometime. So, Krishna want that the living entity get this knowledge. Raja vidya raja guyam pavitram idam uttamam in the Bhagavad Gita, which is the foundational knowledge of all the scriptures. The ABCD, Prabhupada say. If we read the Bhagavad Gita, Bhanu Maharaj said that if you just read the introduction, which is 20 pages of the Bhagavad Gita, you can understand the whole philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So it is so, wonderful and beautiful, and it's so pleasing to the self to receive this knowledge. And everybody has to work on himself. Okay, there is a book knowledge, but there is Gyan and there is Vigyan. Gyan means knowledge. Now we got the knowledge. Now we have to apply this knowledge to our own very life. And this, the work which the devotee are doing constantly. We are constantly being introspective and thinking, how can we make every day a little bit of advancement toward pleasing Krishna? Because the devotee are trying to please the Lord. So by performing devotional service, we can really become happy. And we are in Mayapur, which is the world headquarters. And we can see so many inspiring devotees who are performing sincerely devotional service with no other motivation other than pleasing Krishna. So people can come to Mayapur, stay a few months, learn how to please Krishna. By whatever means. You may be a cook, you may be a driver, you may be an accountant, you may be a whatever. Everything can be utilized. Our natural propensity can be utilized in the service of the Lord. But that must be unmotivated and uninterrupted in order to completely satisfy ourself. So, this is a scientific process. We cannot go wrong. We cannot deviate unless we made our mind our guru. Prabhupada say, if you make your mind your guru, you are a fool. We should not listen to our mind. The mind, Krishna says, can be our best friend, but can become our worst enemy. Yeah? So the process of devotional service comes, by sadhu sangha in the beginning, and practice of devotional service to the point that the mind becomes our friend. And we are surrounded by devotees. We can always check with them. Prabhuji, what do you think if I'm going to do this service? Is it good? What is my motivation? So this is very, very important. And we are in the best place in the universe, Mayapur. We have so many reference points, we have so many devotees, we have beautiful deity, we have nice prasadam. We have everything set up for us to become successful. If we are not, we cannot blame anybody else. The children always say, no, it's not my fault, it was him. Oh, no, it's not, it's there. I didn't do anything wrong. So, we have to be really careful. And Srila Prabhupada explained like razor edge. Yeah, when we shave sometime before. Now this blade has 6 blades, so you cannot cut yourself unless you go like this. But before there was a single blade, so. So we have to be careful to remain within the parameter of devotional service, always scrutinizing our motivation. Why am I doing this? To please the devotee, to please Krishna. That's my motivation. The moment we detect some other motivation, then we know we're going off the road. I want to become the temple president. I want to become a GBC. I want to become a guru. I want to become this, that, what. Whatever you want to become is temporary anyway. And it's difficult also. So we take responsibility for pleasing Srila Prabhupada's mission. Lord Chaitanya is telling that every town and village my name will be heard. We go and travel and preach. We try to inspire each other. Tushanti charamanti cha. We always stay in association with devotees, and we choose the devotees who are inspiring us. We should see with the eye of love. We see the devotee and say, oh, you're such a great devotee. How you're able to do? Why don't you teach me? Why don't you give me blessing that I will be able to come to the platform where you are? In the spiritual world there is no envy. There is no lower nature. There is only cooperation of the devotee to please Krishna. So now we are in a nice association with the devotee. We should try our level best how we can become perfect in this lifetime. Time is going very fast. For those of us who are becoming a little older, yeah, time is going fast. So we haven't got eternity unless we want to come back again into another body. But Prabhupada said we can finish the mission of this life in this very lifetime. We can develop love for Krishna. We will not be allowed to enter Vaikuntha unless we have pure love. If we have material desire, again we come back. Take another body. Okay, you want to be Brahma, you want to be any demigods, no problem. Krishna can make us become anything we want, but that's not the ultimate goal of life. So from many positions, we see in the past, many great acharya, they have shown, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur said there is no obstacles in our life can stop our devotional life. Our body is temporary, is bound to perish one day, and we also suffer cold, fever, this, that, whatever it is, but we are chanting Hare Krishna every day. We are taking prekṣayitvā. So we can always upgrade our consciousness by reading Srila Prabhupada's book every day. He said the problem of my disciples is that they are not reading my books. They are very eager to go and distribute these books, but they are not reading them. So we should make a commitment that we spend certain amount of time, whether it's 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, to read Srila Prabhupada's book every single day. That will keep our brain sane. Otherwise we become insane again. We maybe put tilak, we have a kunti mala, we dress like devotee, but our mind is flipping out, it's taking us somewhere else. So, this is our real business in this human form of life. We have come so far, we have come to be in association of great devotees. We can make it, we can become successful. We are not pretending that we are becoming purified, we are not pretending we are becoming advanced. But by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we can make it. We can go back home, back to God. And even if we don't make it, Krishna says, that next life you take birth in a family of devotees, where we'll continue our devotional service. But we should try. In material world there is competition. Everything is a competition. We have people running 400 meter, 100 meter, marathon, racing, this, that. But only one person wins. Everybody is a loser. But we are not in competition. We are in cooperation. Everybody is helping us to become Krishna consciousness. That should be the mood of the devotees. And then we can advance very fast. And if we have this mentality, always to be serving the devotees, Prabhuji, how can I serve you? So how can I, be of an assistant into your service? It doesn't matter if we are in charge or not in charge. Sometimes Krishna shows us different things which other people don't see. So we can go and explain and tell, what do you think about this? Maybe it's useful for you to do this way. Maybe it's not. Doesn't matter. We're not attached. So in that way, we can become very successful in this life. And we can achieve the ultimate goal of life. So with this, I will stop here, because here it's written that we should finish by 9 o'clock. I give some time for question and answer. There are many great stalwart devotees amongst here. We have Maharaj, Kavichandra Maharaj, we have Rameshwar Prabhu, we have Uji, and many other great devotees who can definitely inspire us. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki, Gaur Premanande. What happened? It's not working? You want to take this microphone? I don't know. Huh? Okay, I can repeat the question, yes. I can hear. My pleasure. Yes. What a difference between that description and the scientists. Very good point. Very good point. Ramesh Prabhu is explaining that how the scientists that think that each planet should be exactly like this planet. In fact, they say they go to some other planet to find water because without water there's no life. They think like that. But here we see that each planet is equipped by himself in different atmosphere, in different form, and different by itself because it's created by God. So naturally, no, what difference is between reading the Srimad Bhagavatam and believing the scientists will say, no, there's no life anywhere, or if there's life, we cannot understand. So, very good point. Thank you so much. Yes, Maharaj. Okay, here, the microphone is come back to life. It's on.
Hariva. Yeah, but people naturally understand that there's all these different planets and they're all different. The Star Wars, Star Trek, they're just never ending. Always. They somehow know that's the way it is,
Yes.
But the scientists want to say, we're the only ones, and we've evolved. Thing, but in school. Anyway, people automatically understand all this, that everything's unlimited, but they don't put God in on it. That's the thing. Put a creator, which is somehow or other like that. We have.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj. Yeah, if we exclude God, then we have zero, Prabhupada say. We maybe have thousands of zero, but without God, which is the one who created everything, it doesn't make sense. And Maharaj was telling that in Star Trek and all these different things, and the scientists, they maybe think that there is so many different type of life, but still they exclude God. That's your point, Maharaj? Thank you very much. So we have to educate people to understand that there is a creator. And in fact, by observation, everything we see is designed by somebody, is created by somebody. So creation happened first in the mind, then in the paper, then in reality, whether it's a table or cartel or, anything. So why this wonderful creation, which works so-called automatically, there is no creator? It doesn't make sense. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Yes.
Thank you. Oh, it's working. Hare Krishna. So, the godless scientists, Prabhupada said, they are the great demon of this age. And this Hare Krishna movement has arisen to defeat, actually he said annihilate, meaning annihilate their teaching. That there's no God, and everything can be explained without reference to God. That means there's no purpose.
Yeah.
They don't realize that when you say there's no design, there's no creator, there is no God, what they're saying is there's no purpose.
Correct.
And then you're free to make your own purpose and do whatever you want, cheat, lie, steal, be a demon. It doesn't matter because there's no purpose.
Correct.
That's what Prabhupada taught us to defeat this philosophy. And the best way to defeat it is mass book distribution.
Absolutely.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Hello? Oh, there it is. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Hang on. Oh, Hare Krishna. Thank you for the class, Prabhu. Just going further, I'm no scientist, but I noticed in that purport that specifically the word used is globe, and that's a very controversial, question that comes up amongst some devotees. And I also heard, and maybe you can tell me if this is true, that Prabhupada said there is a flat earth and it's a globe. I don't know if anybody knows that, but it's the answer.
You're talking about the
flat earth theory brought up, but very clearly it says here, globe. So
yeah, actually I was reading this morning Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur to these words, globe. It doesn't mean globe. He said places. Places. If you take the same slogan of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam, in that translation of the word, golam, which means round, but he translated as places. So that's very interesting. I was thinking the same way you're thinking. But it's okay, it doesn't really matter whether the earth is flat or round. We want to go out and go back home, back to God, that's not a problem, don't worry. If maybe it's flat because the pizza is flat and everybody wants to come to the planet pizza, no, I'm joking. There is Mataji there? Okay, what Prabhupada say? Prabhupada say many things in many different places, so yes.
We cannot see the universe with our dull human Kali Yuga body and senses.
Yes.
So when Prabhupada describes every planet as a globe, to us that's invisible. We're not able to see that. And we're the frog in the well.
Correct.
I can't explain the word globe the way you may like, or someone may like the explanation as, perfect round. It's just the unseen universe that's being described to us.
Good point. Mataji has a question.
Thank you for...
It's on.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for this wonderful lecture. And I just had some thoughts on the discussion of globe and flat earth. One friend of mine, he told that if we add a dimension to a globe, it becomes flat. So maybe the scriptures sometimes they're looking from other dimensions also. But my question was related to the point that you were saying devotees should introspect very deeply and try to please the Lord every day in a better way in that sense. And I usually observe myself how I'm like just living the day and not introspecting so much. So do you have some tips how to really go deeper every day?
How to?
How to go deeper every day, how to become more serious like that.
I don't know how to answer this one. How deep you want to go is as much as you can go, but the point is that we have to be also realistic. We are living in a world with people, with matters, so we are, we cannot live in a fantasy land, right? Because we can go so deep that we live in a spiritual world, so-called, I don't know, we can imagine that things, but Prabhupada said, work now, samadhi later. So let's do the service very sincerely and very honestly for the pleasure of Krishna. The Krishna will reveal to us everything we want to know. I think that is the best answer I can give. Yes, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. When I heard you say that introverting, reflecting, self-reflecting, what it means to me is that we're actually looking deep inside our thoughts, our behavior, an emotional world, and thinking how can we develop the qualities of the pure devotee. So if we're, angry or whatever, what can I do to, change that, improve that? And because I think that's really, really important. That's what I always think of it as the internal sadhana.
Yes.
We've got the external and we've got the internal.
Of course.
So that's what it means to me.
Yeah, it's
really
correct.
Important.
But also, I was thinking that to be introspective means also we ask constantly ourselves how we're doing, and what we're doing, why we're doing. Because the motivation is what is very important. Externally, we may wash pot or do the puja and think something else. That external, what is the balance between the external and internal? How we can connect these two together to please Krishna, So we tell ourselves, I'm worshiping you, my Lord. I'm worshiping you, my Lord. I'm cutting potato for you, my Lord. I'm cleaning this room for you, my Lord. So that connection, if it's there, then, it helps us. Because otherwise, can we become mechanic also? Yeah, sometimes we can. So we should not be mechanic. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. I want to ask a question and as a reflection from what Prabhu said about that the best way to eradicate this impersonal and godless scientist points is book distribution. But I want to ask if it's maybe the time that Srila Prabhupada told us we should boil the milk and we should become pure. Maybe at this point it's not enough just to distribute books. As you were saying, Srila Prabhupada was also making emphasis. We need to read the books. But at this point, as far as Kali Yuga is progressing exponentially, we are progressing arithmetically. We need to live the books. We need to show the Krishna consciousness in our life. We need to see how we are affecting the world around us. It's not enough to distribute books and show some numbers. So many people is coming to Sridham Mayapur, and we need to show how we are living our Krishna consciousness in a way that they will feel inspired. Now you see that people has a span attention of 20 seconds, 30 seconds. They come to visit us, just to come in the main road of Mayapur. What impression are we giving to them? So I agree with Prabhu Srila Prabhupada wants us to distribute the books. And he also told us, now it's time to churn the milk. Don't just attract people for attracting. It's time for living this Krishna consciousness. So when people come, they say, I want to be like these people because the place where they're living is like just spiritual. The atmosphere is spiritual. The things they are saying are the things they are doing. And so I just want to ask what you think about this, Prabhu, and maybe some practical ways that we can show our Krishna consciousness. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's a very good point. My point is that people, they will be attracted when they see us, how we relate to each other in a community, you know. Because if we care for everybody, we are a big family here. So if we see a need, we are assisting the devotees, you know, or we can inspire the devotee. But if you remember what attracted us to Krishna consciousness in the very beginning was the relationship of the devotee was so beautiful, was so spontaneous, was so true. There was not exploitation mentality. There was sincerity, honesty, wanting to serve each other and help each other. So what creates a community is when we are helping each other. I think this will answer your question. And of course, people, they come because they want to see the foreigner, the white elephant, and we are chanting, we are distributing books, and people come here and they take prasada, so become purified. All of us. The environment is very important. Yeah, Mataji, she is the one who going on cleaning all the dirty places around. And the environment is very important. And if we live in a pure environment, naturally people will be more attracted. Thank you very much. Good point. Any other Prabhuji?
Thank you. This question, a nice question. So my comment, recently, chairman of ISRO, research organization, he came to West Bengal and he discussed with IIT students that they have planned a resolution to send man to
the moon.
Moon. And another Mars. They have program on Mars.
Mars, yeah.
At the same time, one interesting thing that also, scientists, the first time they visit Tirupati temple, Tirupati Balaji temple, the scientists they visit and they pray, they give puja, So it's nice, this is my comment. Do you know this?
No, I don't know. You are telling me, but I know that many scientists that do come and visit
the
our
Tirupati temple,
yes.
Balaji, South India.
I know in Bombay also there are many scientists that come in and study in Bhaktivedanta Institute and they study the Srimad Bhagavatam. So some scientists, they are becoming sincere about knowing about the Creator. Prabhuji, please. Prabhuji, can the microphone not working properly?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Again, on this point of flat versus round earth, I was just wanted to comment that we already in our everyday experience think of the earth as both flat and round depending on the context, right? So on one level of observation or reality, if you're building a building or something, you think of the earth as flat, right? If we're doing some construction out here, we aren't going to take into consideration the curve of the earth. Then there's a higher understanding of the earth as round, and if you're doing some long distance things, you need that. So, and then from Bhagavatam, we understand there's an even higher understanding where it seems flat. But then also, you can take a flat surface, and then if you do some mathematical transformation, so you identify the boundary topologically, it behaves as if it's a sphere. And
So it's both.
yeah. So, and we understand that in this Kali Yuga, we are trapped in this one Varsha. So
We
it could
cannot
be-
go out.
Yeah, which one way to do that is by making the boundary of the surface unable to be crossed, so that it behaves spherically. So.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you. Good comment.
When they in flights, they do these over the top, instead of going in a straight line, you know, they convert to, I don't know, you know, they go over the Arctic in an arc, and then it's actually shorter. That you, if it was flat, you go up, but because it's save time. It's very simple. How many observations we can make. The BI wrote a book, actually. They say that pilots, if they're up, like in the Concorde, they see it. They see the curve, you know, very much. But, you know, normal height, you don't really see it.
But there are many theories opposite to
But
this
it's not a
one.
big
So
deal.
we don't want to discuss this in the Bhagavatam because it's a
It
controversial
comes
point.
up, though, but in Prabhupada,
There are people with a laser and they put it straight on the Lake Michigan in the winter time and they say straight. So, I mean, there is, Maharaj, let us not go inside the rabbit hole. But
And
doesn't really matter. That's why I say, whether it's round or flat or whatever it is, we want to go back home, back to God, and who cares? Haribo, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much for coming today. I'll see you next time. Hare Krishna.